Louie from Pear Tree Papercrafts. Welcome back to my channel. I'm back today with a 12 by 12 process for you. This one is my take on the November challenge for Scrap the Boys, and the challenge this month has got like a superhero theme, so I chose this awesome picture of my son, which I'll show you in a minute, and I decided to use this super cut file from Cut to You that just simply says superhero. This cut file comes with all the sort of bits and pieces, but I chose just to use the title parts for this particular layout. And I'm using the Shimelle field strip collection, and I'm just using some of my offcuts now to back the cut file with. So I've already taken one of the 12 by 12 sheets, and I have fussy cut loads of the leaves out of there, so that I've got sort of lots of foliage, and you'll see why when you see the photograph in a minute. So I'm just taking the inserts from the letters that came off the cut file, and I'm drawing around them and then cutting them out and then sticking them on to back my cut file. This is one of the ways you can back a cut file. You can also stick pieces of paper on and then cut them out afterwards, but since I had those little insert letters, I decided this was probably the easiest way to do it for me today. So I've just done a couple of those there for you to see. And then we scoot on to me backing my photograph. All I'm doing here is popping my photograph onto an offcut of white cardstock. I wanted it on white because the cut file is cut in white, and then it just makes sure that it pops off the page and doesn't get lost. So you'll see why I've chosen the Shimelle field strip collection, why I've chosen that big leafy paper, because my son's actually hidden within a maze, dressed as a superhero, hiding sort of in the plants, and I just love the expression on his face. It's such a happy expression, and it just seemed to fit perfectly. The leaves sort of fit perfectly with this. So just using another little offcut now, and all I'm going to do is take a square of, well, a rectangle probably, of paper, and then I'm going to cut it diagonally so that I can put it behind a couple of the corners of the photograph, just to add a little bit more colour and texture behind the photo, but I knew I didn't have enough to back it properly. But you don't always have to. You can just, extra little pieces just give the same effect that was after there. So then my next job was to go around the cut file with some double-sided adhesive foam, and I'm just popping lots of pieces on there to prop it up so that I can tuck the large leaves in behind that cut file. So I don't make you watch all of that because it takes me a while, but that's where it's going to go on the page. I'm just using my mat there to line up where my cut file is going to go before I press it down, so while I can still move it around. So I'm happy with that there. And then what I'm going to do is the same sort of thing to the photograph. I'm going to use a big piece for this though. So big pieces of foam. I know they're a bit multicoloured, but it doesn't matter because you can't see them when you're done. So just cutting another piece there. And then I'm going to put some tape on the back of the foamy pieces and pop that on as well. I knew I wanted quite a central design to this layout, so quite happy with how that's looking so far. And I do want to use these little white stickers, and I want to write my little above superhero. And I do realise that I don't have enough letters, I don't think, to do this, and I think I have to get creative with E's. Yeah, I think it's the E's that I have to be creative with. So I just chopped the end off a B to give me it's not quite right, but once you're not looking at what it should look like, it looks absolutely fine. So there's my layout so far. Now I'm just going to play with these giant leaves that I've fussy cut. I just want it to look like the pages, and he is sort of jungle-ified. So I'm just going to cut them down now to tuck them in behind each of the parts of this layout. So now it's just about choosing the different colours. While I realise he's not particularly wearing any blue and he's wearing red, I haven't chosen red as a colour to use myself on this layout. I've just chosen the blues and the greens. I think I do pop some yellows in there as well. So just choosing where everything's going to go. And that was an offcut of one of the leaves, so I decided just to round the end and make it look like another leaf rather than wasting it. And again with the turquoise, I think because I've backed the cut file in the same paper, I wanted to make sure that I do include some of those colours within the foliage, not just the green, otherwise it would look a little bit too samey. That one's going to go tucked in there. So just playing with where they're going to go really, and deciding where everything's going to fit in. And then I have got these yellow ones. I ummed and ahed about using these at all, I wasn't going to. And then I decided I would. Again, it just breaks up that kind of large amount of colour that I've got going on in terms of the green. And just puts plenty of colour on the page. So what I decided to do here, normally what I would have done is taken everything out. But because I was so happy with how it was looking, I wanted to just leave them where they were. So I just put my hand on top, as you can see there, and then just stick a little bit of glue underneath, because that'll be enough to hold it. This that's Tombow glue, it's really, really sticky. So I'm just doing the same here. So just hold it down, pop my hand underneath and stick all of the leaves down individually, popping just little bits of glue underneath. Because I've got dimension underneath the photo and the cut file, I decided not to put any dimension underneath the leaves themselves. So now I'm going to take the stickers and the embellishments from the field trip collection. I'm using these, they're like puffy, not puffy stickers. Yeah, they're like puffy stickers, sort of. But I'm not using any of the words. I'm just taking all these beautiful stars and dots and things and dotting them around, tucking them under the leaves and all at different places. I thought the stars fit really well because of the star there in that superhero. So I just pick off all the ones that match in colour and I just place them all around. I know normally you might want to go for sort of 3 clusters, but because it's kind of all over the page, I just decided to put them sort of all over. And I find some little words as well on the cardstock sticker sheet. That one says cool human. I just liked that one. I thought that fit really nicely down the side of that photograph. Just have a quick look on the sheet there to see if there are any others that I want to use. I do like that one as well. I'm not quite sure what that one says right now. But I do like just popping them and having some random little extra pops of colour and little extra bits of interest as well. So I decide, because I've got so much white on that cut file and it stands out so beautifully, that I want to use this white pen here just to add a little border around the edge. And then I use the same white pen to do some journaling. And then the very last thing that I do on the layout is to take those little foamy stickers again and pop 2016 underneath my little superhero, because I wanted a record of the date on here. So I do just add a little bit of faux stitching around the edge as well, just before I add my journaling to the bottom. And it's just the name of where we went, which is Boston Park Farm Maze. And then, like I say, I do just add those little foamy stickers in a moment. So thank you ever so much for watching my video today. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you'll head over to Scrap the Boys and have a go at the challenge yourself. All the details on the blog, which I will put in the description box down below. Thank you ever so much for watching, and bye for now.